Guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Hilary and I'm a medium psychic, as well as a spiritual mentor and a mom of 4. I also have an online shop where I sell handmade candles and zodiac candles and intention candles, ritual candles. I also now am selling zodiac and other types of handmade beaded jewelry. So if you're interested in those, the link is below. I'm really grateful for all of the purchases that have already happened throughout my store. It's really exciting to see all of that happen, and I'm just super grateful for everyone and all of you. Like always, I always say that because I am. But today we're going to be doing another missing person case. Well, they're not really missing anymore, but they have been missing for a very long time. And like I said, if you're new, I'm not going to explain all of my gifts to you because I explain them in my other videos. But I am a clairvoyant, a clairsentient, a clairaudient. I pretty much have all the clairs, but my main one is clairvoyant, which is clear seeing, which means I get a lot of visions in my, it's almost like dreaming. I get a lot of like visions through like flashes, and it's almost like watching a movie screen, if that makes sense to you. So the reason why I do cases on my channel is because I feel like it's part of my purpose here, and I was also told that by other spiritual mentors and medium psychics. So it wasn't like I just decided one day that I was going to do this. It was sort of something that found me. And I also love to advocate for victims and people who never had a voice and went through just complete crap throughout their lives or during the murder. And yeah, that is pretty much what I do on my channel. So if you would like to subscribe and all that, I would truly love to have you on my channel, and I would appreciate it a lot as well. The more the merrier. Okay, so the case I'm doing today is going to be on Kristin Smart. So this case was referred to me probably like a few months ago by someone, and then also just as recently, one of you guys had commented that you wanted me to do a reading on Kristin Smart. I was going to do a reading on her before, but I get so many requests for readings that I do write them down, but sometimes they just slip my mind and I forget to do them. But I had connected with Kristin Smart previously, and I also connected with her again this time as well. And I do want to say that this case is a very old case, and it is, most people know about this case. It's pretty popular, so this video is for entertainment purposes only. I say that, have to say that for my disclaimer. Alright, so if you don't know anything about Kristin Smart, I'll give you guys a bit of a background about her. So she was an American woman who was presumed to be abducted, raped, and killed at the end of her freshman year of college. She disappeared on May 25th, 1996 in San Luis, California. She was born on February 20th, 1977. Her age at the time of her disappearance was 19. So 3 students escorted her back to her hall of residence after an off-campus party. So two of them asked the third at the party, apparently, which his name was Paul Flores, to complete the trip before heading to their dorms, and she was never seen again. So she was heavily intoxicated and these at a party, and apparently it says on the news that the kids said that she was found laying in the neighbor's lawn. She was drinking a lot and she was really drunk, and that they brought her back to the dorm, but they gave her over to Paul to bring her to her dorm because he lived closest to her. Okay? Alright, so I'm gonna get right into my impression. So I did connect with Kristin very almost immediately. Almost like she kind of knew I was going to connect with her. When I connected with her, I picked up that she's a very laid-back, intelligent, and considerate young lady. She's just a very sweet, and I got a very calm type of energy from her. And she told me that she was, when we kind of said, how are you, and all that stuff, and then when I was speaking to her, so when I was talking to her, she actually said that she so she said that she was at her friend's when I asked her what had actually happened. So we pretty much got right into the whole story about what happened. And she said that all she can remember from the night is that she was at her friend's, and and then she woke up to Cheryl and another male telling her to get up, because she passed out on the couch at this person's house. So she actually wasn't in the lawn. She told me she was on the person's couch. So, she said that she woke up to them telling her that she was taking them home. Now, she did tell me that she was a little bit confused about why she was passed out, because she didn't drink much. She wasn't, she drank a little bit because she was in college, but she wasn't really a heavy drinker. She knew she hadn't drank that much, so she said she was trying to ask them questions as to why she had passed out, because it didn't make sense to her. So she says that she doesn't remember Paul Flores being there until later, like halfway through the walk home. So he definitely escorted her home as well. And so that part is true. And she said that he didn't escort her really until she was closer to her home. So she actually shows me in my visions her sort of like falling and like stumbling into a bush closer to the doors of her dorm is what I'm being shown. And Paul kind of puts her arm around his neck and kind of says, "I got her from here." And they go off to he takes her into the building. So he doesn't take her, from what I'm getting, into her dorm. He takes her into his. I know it's not hers anyways. But then she tells me that she passes out in this dorm that isn't hers. And I ask her what happens next, and she tells me that so I was given permission by her. She did tell me that I had permission to say this. He did rape her and sexually assault her. And then she said that she had actually woke up during this horrible rape that was happening. And she did try to like fight him off and get him off of her. But she was still too weak to fight him off of her. So he wasn't expecting her to get up when this happened. And the reason why he wasn't expecting her to get up was because she told me that she found this out after she passed away. She found out that they had actually drugged her. I couldn't get from her because she said she doesn't know what drug exactly it was. But this whole thing was premeditated and planned by this male that I'm picking up. And his name is Paul. I'm not pointing fingers. I guess I sort of am, but I'm telling you guys what I'm getting from Spirit and from her, what she was telling me when I connected with her. But she was drugged at the party. So she tells me that he was shocked and he didn't know how else to react. So I start to feel my head, like I feel like my head getting sore, and then I start to get out of breath. So that's her showing me that she tells me she was knocked over the head with something, and I'm almost feeling like it's like a heavy ornament that I'm picking up. Like it's black too. I can see the color of it. I don't really know what it is. I don't know if it's like a Buddha, but he took the ornament and smashed her in the head. And she tells me that then he had strangled her. Okay, so she told me that she didn't know this at the time until after she passed away, but that Paul was actually obsessed with her. This boy was obsessed with her. So I don't know what the relationship was between this male and the female that had helped her friend, had helped her at the party to get up off the couch. I don't know what the relationship is, but there is some sort of relationship between this female and this male. This is what I'm strongly getting. And there's a lot of jealousy there. There is like almost like, it's very strange because I feel like, now I could be wrong, but I'm being told that Cheryl was sort of like dating, or she liked Paul, but he had an obsession with Kristin. And Cheryl, I am picking up Cheryl, that's the name I'm getting. she knew that he liked her because he talked about her all the time, and she didn't like that, so she was really jealous. So I'm picking up that she actually also helped drug Kristin at the party, okay? So that this could happen. Like, she knew this was going to happen. So, yeah, she says that the death was an accident, however. She said that he did not mean or plan to kill her, like I said. I asked her who the female is, and she says Cheryl, so I already said that. She says that Paul panics and gets his father to help him after she passes away. So he does call. I was actually seeing him on the phone, literally panicking, and calling his father and telling him what happened. And so unfortunately, his father does help him hide her body. That's what she tells me when I ask her where her body is. He says that his father was like a very proud man. She says that this family was like a very proud family. And what I'm hearing is there was no way that he was going to let his son get put in prison for this. So I ask Kristin where her body was put, and then she tells me I'm hearing at the father's cottage. So I'm picking up that I don't know much about the father, but I'm picking up that he owned different, like she's showing me different properties. And I mean, obviously I heard of this case before, but I never really, it was in 1996, so I was pretty young then. And so I don't really know much about the case, but I do know that there was some speculation about Paul and his father. And I do want to say that this man, I'm picking up that he has different properties, and she was first hidden on, I feel like, the property that was closest to where the dorms were. One of the properties that he was living in. That's what I first picked up. And then she tells me that the police actually looked at this place to find her body, but they were somehow, like, I'm picking up that they were detoured away from from this, because I'm picking up on, and it's sickening, but I'm picking up on connections between Paul's father and Paul's family and some people in the police department. And I'm hearing the word detective. So I'm picking up that at the time there was some sort of exchange of money that had happened to pay off someone so that her body was not found and it was not discovered. Since I've been doing these cases, I've actually come across this situation a lot where people in power are paid to, whether it's the FBI or the police force, they are paid to not to hide things, pretty much. So he was doing things within the police force to steer them away from the evidence and finding where Kristin actually was. Yeah. So I'm being told that there is also a mid-aged female involved, and I did get from Kristin that it is Paul's father's wife that also knew about this, and there's people in the family that knew, in Paul's family that knew. I'm not going to say a lot, but definitely the wife knew. And she was, she also helped. She didn't want her child going to prison, so she also kept it a secret and helped do whatever she could to keep it's so gross, to keep Kristin's body from being found. So her body was moved. Her body was moved 2 times so that she wasn't found. So every time the police got close to finding her, they would move the body. So I know that as of recently, that's why this case is coming up again, they did find evidence in one of his properties, and I was hearing from Kristin, the cottage. She was telling me the cottage. So I don't know if that's the property she's talking about, where I think it is, where they are finding evidence of her now. But it's kind of like under a porch, I believe. Like I'm getting like a fence. It's under like a fence. She was buried under a fenced porch, and she was moved there by, she was moved there by Paul's father. So she tells me that, I ask her about when is justice now happening because of all the new stuff that's coming up, and she says yes, justice is happening. They have the right people. But she did want to tell me that there's also other connections, not just with the Flores family, but with the female, her friend. Their family also sort of knew about what was going on and knew about where, I'm hearing they knew where Kristin was hidden, and they knew what had happened because their daughter told them. So they were also keeping it hush hush, I'm hearing, and a secret. Okay, so Kristin then tells me that she doesn't have anything else to say. That's all she knows. So we say our goodbyes, and I thank her. And then I asked my guides more about the case, if they had anything to add. And they wanted to say that there is a lot of guilt in regards to the people who had power over the situation. So the people in the police force that were keeping this hidden and being paid to. There's a lot of guilt. So not only, so I feel like very soon one of them's going to speak up, or someone is going to speak up and come clean with what they know and what they did, because they were paid off to keep quiet and just do what they had to do so that her body wasn't found. And I feel like that's going to come to light, is what my guides told me. It will be coming to light. And they also said that just that they said they wanted to add that there is a lot more connections that were like involved with all of it, and there was more people that knew about it than we know right now. And also I'm picking up that there might be some more evidence, like some sort of jewelry that might be found, or something that belonged to Kristin, because I'm hearing that he kept like a souvenir of her. Sorry guys, this was a really hard one. Well, they're all really hard, but this one was it's just, I think of my daughters, right? I'm sure we all do, and I can't believe it went on this long, and the people who were in power and hiding this are no longer in power. Some of them, I'm hearing, have stepped down from the police force, and some of them have just retired. So that's why things are now coming to the light about this case. But that's all I got for Kristin. I'm really happy justice is coming to the surface, and I can't wait to see more of it come to the surface as well, because it's been a long time coming. Anyways, you guys, I will see you in my next video, and like, subscribe, share if you can. I would really, really appreciate it. I appreciate all of you, sending you love and light, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.